30 local time. Tepchai Unu against Michael Holt at 2:30 this afternoon, and not before 7:30, Ken Doherty against Michael White. So that's Ireland versus Wales. The match before, England against Thailand. And this match, two English players. JackLisowski, freshman 147 yesterday in his qualifying round. JoePerry will have it to do here today, I think, against an informal, red-hot informed player in Lisowski. But this is a big match for both players. So it's to qualify for the UK Championships at York, which of course starts Saturday week. And the winner of this match will be in action against Stuart Bingham at York. That match will be Sunday evening. Very good morning from the UK, and I don't know quite where you're watching from, but you can always send me a tweet at Foldsy147, Foldsy 147. Neil Folds is my name, commentating on this match and tonight's matches as well. Phil Yates next door, on the other table that is, and he's commentating on the match which features Peter Ebdon and Luca Bracel, who's made 5 centuries so far in getting this to this stage. Now that is an interesting match, in fairness. So a couple of good games on this morning. David Hendon will be part of the commentary team this afternoon and this evening as well. Just reminding you, we've had 2 1-4-7 breaks already in this tournament and qualifying tournament. We've had 1-4-7 breaks courtesy of the man in action here, Jack Lisowski, and also one from Andy Hicks, 2 left-handed players. To pose the question, how many left-handers have made 1-4-7 breaks? There's obviously quite a few of those over the years. Got as far as people like Jimmy White, of course, Neil Robertson, of course, and Leanne Wenbo is one. There's others. Just reminding you of the other matches on this morning. Mark King, Zhao Gudong is one of the games. Jamie Burnett and Steve Davis. Steve Davis came from 4-0 down against Pankaj Advani yesterday and managed to beat him. Luca Bracel on the streaming table against Peter Ebdon. That's a tough game for Bracel. Fergal O'Brien, David Gilbert on table 5, and the other match on for the prize of playing the defending champion Judd Trump is Jamie Cope and Mark Joyce.
One.
So, first chance here to JoePerry. Matches best of 11. Still, as ever, you'd want a good start if possible. Well, he's took a chance to go into them there, and it hasn't worked out too well. He's got, I think, a red to the right corner and maybe one to the middle, but it's the cue ball close to the left cushion that is his problem. Nicely cued and nicely on the blue as well. Little flick on the blues helped him.
$16. $70.
So this is the kind of start that I think JoePerry would have wanted, playing a man who's brimming with confidence. Been impressive in his matches so far. Lisowski, of course, he made that 147 yesterday that we spoke about. But
23.
Up until then, his performance has been very good. Beating Chen Zhe 6-2 with that 147. So that was something that would inspire him, no doubt.
$24. $30. $31.
Just a chance he might flick into the little bunch of 6 reds here. Yeah, more than flick into them. He's played it beautifully. This is an excellent start from Perry.
$37. $38. $41.
So, sadly the break
JoePerry, 41.
came to an end a bit prematurely there. 41 it ends that. But he's put his man in a spot of bother, so at least he hasn't missed. I must say, when he broke the reds open, it didn't seem as if the break was going to come to a conclusion just when it did. He's back in again due to a good safety shot, so they've done well there.
$6. $7. 12. 13.
Well, this is a good start, as I've said before. And Perry is away here and requiring just a red in any colour, and he's already into a 1-0 lead. Keep you up to date on all the other matches as they happen and the scores as they happen.
18.
Still at very early stages.
19. 25. 26. 32.
Well, that'll be enough to win the first frame.
32 and a frame.
So, Lisowski, the maximum amount of yes that he concedes. He's lost the opening frame of this match. And he trails Joe Perry by a frame to nil. So 1-0 to Perry. No frames completed elsewhere just yet. Reminding you of the matches. Mark King, Zhao Guodong on table 2. Jamie Burnett, Steve Davis on table 3. Peter Edmund, Luca Bracel. That's the other streaming table here on live worldsnooker.tv. And Phil Yates, as I mentioned, will be taking you through that. And over on table 5, Fergal O'Brien is playing. He's playing David Gilbert, who knocked in some big breaks, I noticed, in his match yesterday, a couple of centuries. And Jamie Cope and Mark Joyce on table number 6. So they're the matches, but first blood to Joe Perry, 1-0 up. So, if you're playing a man who's knocked in a 1-4-7, best to keep him off the table. And in that opening frame, Lisowski unable to pot a ball.
Frame 2. JackLisowski to break.
Well, Perry in first again here, looking for a result, which he hasn't got. So the break will end at 1 here. Still Lisowski yet to pot his first ball in this match.
Green ball. JoePerry, 1.
Well, this is fairly weighty, that safety shot. He's not quite settled into the match just yet.
One.
Well, this is an excellent opportunity once again. The only thing is the black spot is either occupied by a red or it's going to be tied up once the red is, or once the black is on its spot.
8. Nine.
Well, that's gone a little bit wrong for
16.
JoePerry. Man from Cambridge. Yep, he's missed one. He's missed one, but he hasn't left anything
16.
for Lisowski to go at here. So he's got to remain patient, the youngster, because he's good friends with Judd Trump. They've been flatmates on their travels in snooker for quite some time. Playing the shot right-handed, actually. I've seen him do that before. That's all right. That's actually pretty well played.
One.
Well, this time he has potted his first ball of the match. Lisowski. He's not perfectly on the black, I have to tell you. He's found a way of getting on that red. He'll be pleased with that.
8. Nine. 14.
All those three reds are lined up beautifully.
15.
We know how heavy he's been scoring.
$22. 23. JackLisowski, 23.
Now that's, again, not come out too badly. Surprising that he didn't make more from that chance, I have to say.
Touch and ball.
So this is a little awkward now. Where is this all leading? He's got a touching ball. Could he play away? Problem he's got is certainly the red that's down the table. That's the one that's making things particularly awkward. Possible stalemate here. But with a touching ball, if he's ever going to play an attacking shot, it'll be from now. Well, he's trying something. Yeah. Well, at least it won't be a stalemate. What I do think about that shot is he might have put himself in trouble. Lisowski, if he could get in behind those bolt colours that are there. Well, that's actually quite a good shot that he's played there, because the black covers the left-hand side of the table, so he can't play the shot that he sees him play thin off the edge of the reds. Well, that's that's very, very lucky.
Touch and ball. One. 8. Nine.
Well, the red at the top of the 3 will plot to the left corner.
16. 17. 24. 24.
Oh, well, that's, again, a chance to convert that, but didn't do it into a frame-winning chance.
One. 6. 7.
Nearly 37 points now. 43 if this goes in, so one further red required.
Thirteen. 13. JackLisowski.
So, not over yet then, and he should have put this frame away by now, Lisowski. He's had 3 clear-cut chances. And while it doesn't look like Perry's going to win it, the colours are not that awkward. And frames like this have been turned around, and that is a terrific shot. That's a real good shot. Now, the reds are not very well placed, but Perry's not out of the frame, and if he could find a way of winning this one, it would be an early possible turning point, well, it's certainly an important point of the match. We'll get another try of hitting this, that's for sure.
Foul and a miss. JoePerry 4. Foul and a miss. JoePerry 4. Foul and a miss. JoePerry, 4.
Well, these points are starting to mount up here. You know that Steve Davis has won the first frame against Jamie Burnett. He was behind in that frame. Well, this is now getting a bit concerning. These are a lot of points he's giving away.
4. Foul, miss. JoePerry, 5. Okay.
Well, he's trying various different ways to hit this. This is a dangerous way to go. And, well, he's not left anything easy, but he gave away a heck of a lot of points there. I made it. Let me see. Well, there was 43 in it. There's 22 now. He's given away 21 points there.
One. Eight. JoePerry, 8.
Oh, what a chance. He did get that opening red, and he gave himself a wonderful chance, but now it looks like Lisowski should convert the frame. 14 points the difference. So he wants both reds with high-value colours, and the frame will eventually be his. It's a scramble, and he's not quite in the same form that we saw yesterday at this early stage. This is his frame, actually.
Seven. Eight. $15.
So it's taken him a while, and again, signs that he's not playing at his very best here.
15.
Now, looking at the scores, that was a bad one not to knock in, because there's only 29 in it, and the frame's not really over yet. I mean, getting a snooker here would be far from impossible. Luca Bracel 1-0 up next door, and touch and go in the next frame. Dangerous times for Lisowski. Frame not over, although, well, he hasn't quite fluked the snooker, I was going to say. If he had done, then would have been most handy, but he's not quite managed that. But you can just see a situation where he could get a snooker, put his man in trouble, and somehow nick the frame. And if I'm honest, it would be what Lisowski almost deserves, because he's not really been able to just administer the killer blow, and it's early in the match, and he's just got to get a frame on the board. Well, it's always dangerous to leave a ball over the pocket like that, and it basically means that you'd expect Perry to be able to get the cue ball wherever he wants on this.
Two.
Well, there might just be a gap here between brown and blue. It'd be most welcome for
JoePerry, 2.
JackLisowski if it is. Oh dear. This is getting slightly irritating, I would say, now for Lisowski.
Three. Seven. Twelve. 18, frame,
So
JackLisowski.
at last Lisowski wins the frame, but my word, he made hard work of that. All those chances he had, and this match now locked at 1 frame apiece. Not quite settled in yet, Lisowski, but he's won that frame, and frame 3 will be underway shortly. Mark King 1-0 up over Xiao Gudong. Steve Davis, who was behind in the first frame, won it and leads Jamie Burnett by a frame to nil. Luca Bracel has just gone 2-0 up over Peter Edmund. That's interesting. That's a very intriguing match, that is. Fergal O'Brien and David Gilbert 1-0 O'Brien. Mark Joyce 1-0 up over Jamie Cope with a chance for 2-0 there.
Frame 3, JoePerry to break.
Well, just a question of hitting that jaw. Oh, that's lucky. That really is lucky. And that's what he wants. A little bit of good fortune like that. The cue ball just finds its way out into the middle of the table, which is what he's looking for.
Six. Seven. 14. 15. 22.
Red at the bottom of the pack goes. You can run that through. Played it well.
23. 30.
Well, this is it's a very, very difficult shot to play.
31.
Is he on the black? No, is the answer. Really have to get a lot on that to get through those. Plough the cue ball through the reds. An immense topspin, but it's not worked out. So now he's looking at his options, and that is to get the cue ball into baulk somewhere that makes things awkward.
JackLisowski, 31.
So 31 the lead. Red up the table makes the safety shot slightly awkward. So taking a risk to the red to the left middle. Oh, that was risky. It's not left anything easy though, in fairness. Ooh, wow. I should think that JoePerry felt that might have been on its way in the pocket there. So the risk that Lisowski took, as it happens, has given him this chance. Providing he can get to that red, that is over the pocket.
One.
That's well struck. Very good. That's where he's got excellent cue power and control. Nice technique. Very good hands. Left-handed player. Just hits the ball nicely, and that was a beautiful shot. Now, is he going to get into his stride now?
5.
Because he's been a bit hit and miss so far. Frame 2, when you think how well he's been scoring with that 147 break yesterday, of course, amongst the breaks in his victory, he so far today has not been in the same form.
12.
Early days yet, of course, but you could do with getting off to a good start if possible.
13.
I saw that he made another century actually yesterday. Had that tremendous 147. He also had a break of 104 against Chen Zhe, so clearly he was scoring beautifully yesterday.
20. 21. 28. 29. 35.
One thing for sure is when he gets going, he's very lively around the table. Gets on with things. And as I say, I do like the way he strikes the ball. He is a very, a nice player to watch with lots of potential. Had a win over Judd Trump. Well, in fact, a couple of wins over Judd Trump. May not be a typical match playing his good friend, and well, I don't know if they still do. They were housemates for a while, and maybe still are, but it's a bit too friendly perhaps. Doesn't necessarily mean that the world number one in Trump would always beat someone like that, who he knows so well, and Lisowski has got a couple of victories over Trump, but it tells you he's a good player, if nothing else.
49.
And I've always thought he had potential.
$54. 55. 61. 62.
So it's not going to be a century, but it's going to be a 2-1 lead.
66.
Lovely shot that with his long hand, and another one too. They've all got the ability now, haven't they, to play with both hands. Two lovely shots there from Lisowski, right-handed.
75.
A lot more like what we would have been hoping for
80.
after yesterday.
86 frame.
So 86 is the break. And it's 2-1 to Lisowski, who's now motoring. As I say, he didn't settle into the match, but now that's a thing of the past. He leads 2-1 against JoePerry. It's been an entertaining game. I can tell you, Luca Bracel is 3-0 up over Peter Ebdon. That's, well, a match that would have been a tough one for him. I'm not saying he won't be pegged back at some point. But the Belgian player, he's raced into a 3-0 lead, and that's just what he wanted if he is going to get to the UK Championship against such a tough opponent. Mark Joyce 2-0 up over Jamie Cope. The winner of that match plays Judd Trump. We've got Fergal O'Brien 2-0 up over David Gilbert. Steve Davis and Jamie Burnett. That could be a long match. It's 1-0 Davis there. And still a lot of snooker to be played in frame number 2. Mark King 2-0 up over Zhao Gudong. 2-1 here. Lisowski 2, Perry 1.
Frame 4. JackLisowski to break.
Well, that's not bad, even though it went into the blue. It's safe to say he played the shot well enough. Well, this is awkward cueing, this long red. Yeah, it was just not a nice shot, and even worse was that the cue ball cannon into the pink and left the red on. He was given a chance immediately here for Perry, and he needs to take advantage of this. He's been a bit subdued for a frame and a half.
One. Eight. Nine. $16. 17. 24. 25. 32. 33. 40. 41. 48. 49.
Now it's just a question of getting those 5 reds open, which he needs to do if he's going to win this frame, but still a decent opportunity this. Too early to say whether this break's going to develop into a very big one.
57. JoePerry, 57.
Well, never mind a big break. The frame's not even won yet.
One. Seven. Eight. Fourteen.
Good frame to win this. Just
15.
thinking that there's an awful lot of work to be done, but these are, as I was saying earlier, frames that can turn and ratchet around in a player's favour, or certainly can finish an opponent off. All right, best of 11, but it was Perry's frame when he was in on 57 with enough balls there at his disposal. That cannon was never going to be easy with the red so tight to the cushion. Double kiss was almost inevitable.
21. JackLisowski, 21.
It's a wayward safety shot. Wasn't an easy one to play, especially with the red up the table, and it's difficult to know exactly what he tried there. Because with the red up the table and the cue heading to that top left pocket, how was he going to keep it safe? I suspect that Perry would have had him in trouble if he'd got the shot almost right.
1. Five. 6. 12. 13. 14. 18.
Well,
JoePerry,
54 the
18,
difference.
and a frame.
Concession is there, and this match is level at 2-all. It's been open snooker, let's be honest,
55,
and quite
5-2.
entertaining. And they'll be back in 15 minutes for more. And
5-2
I'll be
reset.
back with more commentary on it. Before I go, I'll just give you an update of what's happening on the other tables. It is Mark King 2-0 up over Zhao Guidong. It looks like 3-0 coming there. Burnett and Davis locked in a struggle there. 1-0 Davis. Purcell 3-0 up over Ebden. Ebden out of sorts with the new Q, no doubt about that. Fergal O'Brien 2-0 up over David Gilbert, and Mark Joyce 2-1 up over Jamie Cope. But back here in a quarter of an hour with more from this match.